beer, Bawambaa is here, it's Friday, and it's time for another episode of City Skylines. Welcome everybody, it's a blast to have you here. You want to share this beautiful, beautiful moment with me today, or tonight, or whatever it is when you're watching this. For me it's Friday, when it's uploaded it's Friday, so I hope you're having a wonderful Friday. Anyways guys, in the last episode we started off quite easy here in Dalarby. We made a little village, for some families to start moving in and get things rolling in the town, as to say, We're gonna continue on quite the same pattern today. We're gonna upgrade it a little bit, do some more modern housing, kind of modern, anyways. But we start off easy again, making a little gas station here with a little diner place at the side of it. Of course it says diner, this is supposed to be a Swedish town, but the assets are gonna be a little, in this series. Of course I'm going for inspiration of the Swedish areas I live in. But it's not going to be perfect in that kind of way that all the assets are going to have Swedish things and Swedish cars and all of that. It's purely the aesthetic value. Maybe this place is somewhere else in the world. I don't know. But enough about that. We start off by doing this little gas station / diner and that kind of stuff. And here in Sweden, it feels like we have these places like every other kilometer. There are gas stations everywhere. I don't know how it is in the rest of the world, but here in Sweden it's like everywhere. But of course as soon as you come out on the countryside it's totally empty. But where there are living people, living people, you know what I mean. There's a lot of gas stations, so it's very popular to go and buy things there, because the regular markets and stuff, supermarket stuff, they only have open to 9 o'clock at night max, and the gas station often has 24/7 or something. So it's very popular to go and buy stuff when it's late. But anyways, we are continuing here in the new area that we will be building in today. Starting off with a little medical clinic. I thought that asset looked really cool, and I wanted something more than just housing here. Maybe in the future we're gonna expand this a little further away later on in the series. Maybe we plug in a kindergarten or a school for the more younger children. I don't really know the name. But we'll see about that. But we continue here, placing down some housing and some hedges to square off the I don't know, tomt is in Sweden, the lot where you have your house. Anyway, so I'm trying to not go fully insane on the detailing. I try to make less detailing look like more detailing, not use so much detailing, but I still want it to look detailed. So I'm playing around a lot with these grass decals and decals in general, just to make these empty areas pop a little more, because you don't want to fill out everything with just trees, because it doesn't really look natural. It can look cool, of course. You tell me, I love trees, I love bushes. I would fill the whole map if my computer could handle that, but it can't. So I like to keep it simple, keeping a lot of empty areas, but then fill it out with some decals just to make the texture change a little, make it look a little more realistic. Make some dirt paths and that kind of stuff also, because you have a lot of those, and it's cool to it's very easy to just put them in every day here and there, and continue detailing this medical clinic a little bit. I don't really know if the placement there was perfect, but it's something, maybe they can have a nice medical clinic here, and here I'm doing some apartment buildings as well, also very common in Sweden, or in the areas where I live, that you have kind of a nice areas with nice villas, you know, and housing, and then it's apartments bordering them, or what you say, at the side, you know. My English is a little rusty, you know. But and these areas often, you know, looks quite nice, quite simple, you know, some tree placement and little nice vegetation and that kind of stuff. And I think it turned out really good. And it's also located at the lake, which is pretty nice, you know. Might be some expensive areas there, you know, because in Sweden it's very expensive, but I don't know if I want to say that, because it could be way more expensive in other areas as well. Anyways, guys, another thing that I want to focus on in this series that I didn't do so much before is walkability, you know. There should always be a nice path to take a walk instead of a car, you know. Something we struggle for in real life, and it really means much. You know, I have a dog. I walk very, very much every day, and I realize that you tend to choose the path that actually it look nice to walk on. So I want to implement that also, and also to reduce some traffic. You know, maybe I don't know if that worked that way in the game, but hey, I don't know. But anyways, and it kind of nice to focus on some that kind of detailing as well. But I think things will turn out really cool in the end. But moving on, so we need something more in this little village, something more historical, maybe, I don't know. So I decided to build a little cemetery and a church, and I don't know, graveyard, cemeteries, it's the same thing, I don't know. But a lot of graves and a nice church. And so we started off building this little parking lot there, very simple. I downloaded those parking assets. There were 3 different shapes, I think. They looked really cool, actually. I like the style of them. So plopped down this church, also found today on the workshop. Looks awesome. Proper size as well. I didn't want to plop down a big church, because I think we're gonna have a bigger church in the main town. So I want to focus on that, doing a little bigger build maybe. So here we took a little smaller church, you know, something for this little village to have some historical value or something. The church does look very modern though, so I don't know how much historical, but we can imagine, you know, fantasize. So to make the pathway or alley, what you say, or probably more played around with some vegetation, and then moving on to make the graveyard or cemetery. So plopping down this simple path, you know, doing some terraforming to flatten out the area, and then so I'm just building a shape here, which I think works, you know, and then I started to plop down these cemetery assets, which also looks awesome. If I'm gonna be truly honest, in Sweden, of course we have a lot of different cemeteries, but often these graveyard stones, what you call them, they are not this dense and in a row like that. You know, it's often a little more spread out, and they have a lot of other different things that are in the graveyard. But I think we're gonna do in town are gonna be more of a replica of the church that are here. So you're gonna see what I mean when we do that. But of course I don't think there are any graveyards that look like this, but I think this turned out for being in our time, you know. So also plop down these nice graveyard gates, which looks awesome. And then I think this is a fence I had sent before. And everything looks awesome, you know. I think everything looks awesome now, and I'm so excited to be back in the game and playing, and the creativity and inspiration is an all-time high, you know. And to make the graveyard a little more interesting, I played around with different kind of vegetations, not too much. I went with a lot of bushes, at the fences and stuff, and also placed down that road that maybe the a graveyard car could come with the dead bodies, you know, that kind of scary stuff. And as I said, just played around with the vegetation here in the end, and think everything turned out awesome in this episode. But we are closing into the cinematics that will come here in just a minute. But hey, I want to thank you for watching today, man. It's been a blast as always. It's awesome to be fun, to be back again. I can't talk today. But anyways, if you're new, please subscribe to my channel if you would like to. That would make me one of the happiest men in the world today, actually. And if you enjoyed the episode, new or old, please like it, that will also mean the world to me, and it will of course help the channel, as you all know, so I would really appreciate it. But in the next episode, I don't really know what we are going to do. I'm going to record it later today, so we'll see. I think we are moving into the main town a little bit, little suburbs for now, yeah, we'll see how that turns out. But anyway, have an awesome day if you're watching this today. Have an awesome Friday, and I hope you will have a killer evening. But until the next, guys, until I can't really talk today, man. Until the next time, take care and be nice to each other, and we'll see each other then. Bawambaa.